QueST Forum is a trade association that's made up of service providers and suppliers and also of many liaison members that would be consultants and trainers and auditing groups and so forth. And we have several things that we specialize in. One is we have developed a quality management system that we call TL9000, and it's specific for the communications industry. So that's one of our main functions. For our members, we also have 3 global best practice conferences, and in those we get to hear leaders in the industry talk about the things they're doing that makes their particular operation special. Another thing that we do is we allow a lot of networking between our members, and being able to talk with other leaders and subject matter experts in the field is very high value to our customers. One thing that's unique about TL and QueST Forum is TL requires anyone that has become registered to that particular product category, and we have many product categories for both products and services, that on a monthly basis they have to submit into a data repository that's managed by the University of Texas here in Dallas, the performance of their products and services. So we get all this information coming in on a global basis, and by having that we're able to generate statistical data that shows best in class, industry average, and worst in class for all the different product categories. So that allows our suppliers to see how they stack up based on best in class, and it allows the service providers to see how well their suppliers are stacking up to the best in class in the industry. So they get that statistical data, they can benchmark how they're doing relative to best in class, and we found that incents all the companies to perform better. So one of the things we wanted to do from a QueST Forum standpoint was to be able to allow all of our network operators to compare their network services. And we are doing that by getting the people from the network operators who actually run the networks, and they get together, and of course you don't need a consultant in this case because you've got the people who actually run the network. The participants define the measures. They were able to start reporting the data in, and then they were able to review the results. And then the participants would decide the next step. So really, for the first time in history, you've got large service providers who are able to look and see how well their networks are performing with other network operators, global operators. Well, I think all of the service providers now are looking for best-in-class performance from their suppliers. So by having a common global standard that has common language, I think that offers all suppliers globally the opportunity to sell to any place in the market. And so I think by being able to do that, that makes the market much more competitive. And our belief was that by doing a standard like we're doing it with performance measurements, we would be able to improve the industry. And we have been able to look at the data that's been submitted and over time, and we absolutely can see that statistically there's much better performance in the industry now than before we started. TL, the service providers, will continue to see the value of being a member of TL. It should be improving services in the industry from a network service standpoint, because Ken was telling you about individual issues that you could have with different parts of the network. This is looking at how well did you engineer your network overall, and how well is the individual components working, and how well does your service department do when you have problems. So it's a look at from the customer service standpoint. The one thing that we want to be sure of is our standard evolves at least as quickly as the service providers are able to put new products and services in plan. And we know, for instance, that we're evolving to a new IP telephony network. So we actually have a board-led committee now that's looking at the measurements that we will need, at the security that we will need, at the operation support systems that we will need to be able to maintain and run the IP network. So We do that by trying to look out 2, 3, 4, 5 years and ensure that we get that built into our standard. As part of any quality management standard, you absolutely need people who can train in the industry. So we have qualified trainers for TL, we have consultants, we also administer the auditing program so that you can have a good, thorough audit to make sure everybody is complying with the standard. If you're a member, you can pull it off the web, and even if you're not a member, you can go to the QueST Forum website and you can pull down some of those statistical reports that will show how the industry is doing in various ways.